FSN Radio. It's all about what's next. Go to financialsurvivalnetwork.com and sign up for your free weekly newsletter. You'll also get 3 free reports. The Financial Survival Network. It's all about what's next.
Welcome, and you are listening to the Financial Survival Network. I'm Kerry Lutz, and today is Monday, October 26th, and this is your daily dose of daily market wisdom with master trader Nick Santiago. Well, Nick, hey, just 8 more days left to the election, and markets are down bigly today, aren't they?
Yeah, markets are getting hit across the board. And again, we're getting some chatter that there's a second wave in Europe. People are saying hospitalizations are up. And, you know, this is really, really a chaotic time, if you ask me. I've been telling you guys that we got to be careful going into the election. Well, don't expect this to be an easy run. This is going to be a bumpy road. Markets have held up very, very well, but today they are getting hit. We have the Dow down about 2.5%, Russell 2000 down 2.5%, the Nasdaq Composite down about 1.7%, and then you have the S&P 500 down a little over 2%. So it's a pretty ugly, broad-based decline across the board. Nothing is being spared today.
Wow. So what do you make of it? Is this the dreaded retracement of March's lows?
No, I don't think it is. What I think is this is the election, and I think the markets now are pulling back going into the election, and I think we could probably see some more of this going into the November 3rd timeframe, which obviously is election day. And again, I'm going to throw my hands up in the air and say, get ready for a choppy ride. After that, I think we start to get some real good clarity in the marketplace. Things will rebound, and then you have to see if we get an election result on the same day or the day after, as opposed to what everybody is thinking, that we won't get an election result for a month to come.
Well, you know that everybody is always wrong. That's the one thing you can count on. I think we're going to know that night, but the problem is you've got police departments around the country getting ready for social unrest and riots. In New York, a friend of mine, her sister is a NYPD sergeant, and she has been put on notice that starting next Sunday, I think, she's working 12-hour shifts. She's on call 24/7, and they've been training for the next set of riots. Hopefully, they'll be allowed to do their job, and then. In California, this article came out over the weekend that Rodeo Drive, which is the real ritzy shopping area, it's like Fifth Avenue in New York, they've been ordered to close for business noontime on Election Day. And they've been told that it's advisable to put up wood to shield their windows, to protect them, and that the city of Beverly Hills will be closing off all sorts of roads to not let potential rioters run free in the city like they did last time. And I got to believe that cities, small and large, are preparing for this around the country. If Trump wins, forget it. This is what we're faced with.
Yeah, it looks that way right now. I mean, I've been reading and hearing the same thing, so we'll see how it plays out. I'm not exactly sure what to make of it, but you know, again, I don't think anybody there is going to accept these election results one way or the other. So let's see what happens. And market-wise, you know, I'm just going to follow the charts. They've steered me. They've steered me in the right direction so far. No real reason to change that game plan.
Yeah, they haven't let you down so far, right?
They haven't. They really haven't, and they never really do. So, again, watch the money flow. That tells you everything you need to know. But we'll see if there is chaos in the streets. It could be disruptive for a lot of different businesses, a lot of different companies, and that ultimately could always affect the stock market as well.
Yeah, I think it's more a question of if there is post-election chaos, how long it will last.
Yeah, that's a great point, and we'll see. I'm really not so sure this time around. I think this is probably the most divided country or time of the country that I've ever seen being alive. So it really is something, and we'll see how disruptive it does get. But I hope that the country, regardless of who the winner is, will start to wake up and open their eyes. Obviously, I do believe that if Joe Biden does win, that changes the complex of things quite a bit going forward, though.
Yeah. His performances lately, and we don't like to get into politics, but this is purely objective here. The crowds he's been getting, all the indications are that his campaign is flagging, maybe even failing.
I mean, I would think it would be a landslide for the president this time around, just simply for the fact that, he draws no crowds, and, it's very hard to even listen to what he says because he has a lot of gaffes, as we all know, but he's up there in age. So, I don't know. And I really didn't see him, and I still don't see him as being there for Election Day. So pretty strange for my work, but I guess this is a strange year.
Yeah, this is a strange year. All the revelations that have come out about corruption. Probably you and I are not in the least bit surprised, but I guess there is a segment of the population that can't believe their ears that basically the vice president has always been on the take.
Yeah, this is these reports that come out, and I don't even think they're reports now. They're basically right off of the Sun's laptop. They're unbelievable. I've never seen anything like that in my lifetime. I just can't even believe it took place, and I can't believe that the media doesn't even report it, or I should say the mainstream media.
Yeah, well, that's interesting because word seems to be getting out anyway. I guess not quite everybody gets their news from Twitter and Facebook yet.
Yeah. Well, if you want to talk about suppression, we see it there as well, too. So it's kind of insane that, we don't have really an objective media. It's very, very biased.
Hey, and one other thing I want to cover just about the election. And like I say, we're not here to root for one side or the other. You probably can figure out how we feel about it. But all of these spontaneous Trump demonstrations, peaceful protests, you might call them, right? Mostly they're actually all peaceful unless they get attacked, like in New York by Antifa and in Black Lives Matter. But they just erupt spontaneously. Seen it here in Florida. In Miami, they had a 30,000 car caravan in favor of Trump. And these caravans have been popping up all over the country. It's amazing. Even in Beverly Hills, Nick. Of all the places, Beverly Hills.
Yeah, it's incredible. You're seeing it happen in California, which you would never, ever expect, at least Southern California, Los Angeles area, all over Beverly Hills, other parts of Los Angeles. It's happening in San Diego and Orange County, obviously. But it really is incredible. And in New York, we've never seen it like that. I saw a parade down Fifth Avenue. It was as long as the eye can see that covered the whole entire New York City. And pretty incredible when you think about it. If imagine Trump could win California and New York.
I can't believe it. That's a bridge too far.
But this is that kind of year where it's the year of living dangerously. So anything is possible.
It's a year of insanity, Nick. I just never thought I would see anything like it. And I've always been skeptical of Trump as a leader. I think he's 3 parts BS and 3 parts snake oil salesman and 3 parts, maybe 2 parts human being. But when you look at your alternatives, you got to wonder. In any event, hey, one thing we need to cover because it kind of goes with what you were saying, anti-COVID riots propping up all over Europe.
Yeah, we're seeing that everywhere. We've been actually seeing it a lot in Germany, but now you're getting them in Italy as well. And people are just done with this. They're tired of it. They want to go on with their lives. Honestly, it's going to be something over there because they've been really, really into the Green New Deal. The people have bought into all of that stuff over there. So, it's going to be quite something going forward to see. If they're going to be able to lock people down again and shut things down again. But, it makes no economic sense whatsoever. You should have a playbook from February, March of this past of 2020, how to handle the virus at this stage of the game. But Europe seems to just like to lock people down. And you see the same thing in Australia, too.
Yeah, Australia has been like the epicenter of neo-fascism taking place there, where you can't even open your mouth or plan a demonstration or anything else, or they come and they lock you up in front of your kids. You watch the videos. It's quite distressing. And we're really talking about markets, all right? We've got earnings, a lot of earnings. I think I saw 184 companies announcing earnings this week. And yeah. Are the earnings going to take a back seat now, Nick, or what?
Oh, I think they are, actually. I think right now, this is all the election. It's all COVID. You're going to get big tech reporting this week. You got really the highest amount of earnings reports yet for the season coming out this week. And I think it's going to take a little bit of a backseat to these elections and the revelations that are still coming out on a daily basis. So, just brace yourselves. We're looking at one stock today I saw, which was S&amp. This is a German company, but a huge tech name, and the stock is getting absolutely slaughtered today, down about $35, a 24% decline. I can't tell you the last time I saw S&amp decline by 24%. So brace yourselves. This is going to be a wild earnings season coming up, but the election is front and center, and I think that's the election risk, and the choppiness is really what you got to watch for, and we might even see that even a little bit after election day as well.
Hey, well, when we start talking about lockdowns, it's really a case, we've said it so many times, of the cure being worse than the disease, because over 100,000 people died as best as they can guesstimate right now, and that number keeps going up because of lack of surgery, suicides, drug overdoses, all of this stuff. And yet somehow they see lockdowns as being a viable solution for this stuff. I just don't get it. I mean, there's got to be something more to it than just looking out for your health and your benefit. I don't think that's what this is about, Nick.
I don't think it is either. And, we've said that all along. I mean, you have a playbook to use now. I mean, it's very, very simple. Anybody that is in a compromising position should really stay away from, the general public. Elderly people, if you're not in good health, you should stay away from the general public and let people go on about their business. But, we just see the lockdowns. These governments just love to lock people down, and that's scary.
Yeah, petty dictators. This is what they do, and never give them any more power than you absolutely have to give them. That's really what it's about.
And that ended a long time ago.
Yeah. Well, we're past that point, but we all know it to be true. So election outcome, we won't bother guessing there because it's just a guess. You'll find out soon enough. Gold and silver, what's going on there?
Yeah, gold is holding up really, really well today, and this might be a little bit of a safety trade. Today, gold is flat. I mean, gold futures down 80 cents right now, trading at around 1904. When you look at gold, I mean, it's holding up very, very well today, and that's even with a stronger dollar today. The dollar is a little bit stronger as well. So normally dollar up, gold down, but we're seeing gold hold up pretty well today, despite the strength in the dollar, U.S. dollar index. So again, I think gold is going to do a little bit more backing and filling. I'm not expecting a major decline, even though we are pulling back here. This is just a lot of backing and filling. I think a lot of election risk. People are saying, hey, I'm getting nervous here. I'm going to take some off the table. I don't know who's going to win. A lot of people don't want to be in the stock market if President Trump doesn't win. So again, I like what gold is doing today. Market's down. Gold is flat on the session. GLD is flat today. And then you have the dollar up today. And, market's holding up. Gold market, at least, is holding up pretty well.
All right. Well, that's what we like to hear, Nick. We're partial to gold for sure. But I guess we're just going to have to wait and see what's going to happen next. In the meantime, go take a look at Nick's site, inthemoneystocks.com. A lot of great info there, as well as Nick's trading record. Twitter feeds are at ITMS, as in the money stocks, at Nick Santiago 01, and at Kerry Lutz. Send us your emails, kl@kerrylutz.com. This show will be going out both over Daily Market Wisdom with Nick Santiago and Financial Survival Network. So make sure that you sign up for our free newsletter, financialsurvivalnetwork.com. And Nick, we will catch up with you tomorrow.
Sounds good.
FSN Radio. It's all about what's next. Go to financialsurvivalnetwork.com and sign up for your free weekly newsletter. You'll also get 3 free reports. The Financial Survival Network. It's all about what's next.